After studying this module, you shall be able to understand the concept of MANOVA and MENCOVA, to know the theory, rationale, assumptions and restrictions associated with the tests, calculate MANOVA outcomes manually, perform analysis using SPSS, explore outcomes identifying the multivariate effects, univariate effects and interactions for MANOVA and MENCOVA also. Concept of MANOVA and MENCOVA. In behavioral sciences, rarely we find direct relations between two variables. Researchers are often interested in determining the effect of multiple interrelated variables on various groups. In the multivariate experimental design, a number of dependent variables are combined on the basis of their correlational values and then analyzed with a single statistical test. Some of the popular methods are multivariate analysis of variance, that is MANOVA, and multivariate analysis of covariance, which we are going to call as MENCOVA. The advantages of using the experimental multivariate methods is that a number of dependent variables are treated as correlated sets to reveal those relationships that might be ignored with a univariate approach. Also, when all the dependent variables are dealt with using a single analytical technique, the chances of type 1 errors are reduced. Some of the restrictive assumptions of univariate methods can also be easily overcome if we apply these multivariate methods and with these research designs. For example, we may conduct a study where we try two different textbooks and we are interested in the students' improvements in maths and physics. In that case, improvements in maths and physics are two dependent variables, and our hypothesis is that both together are affected by the differences in the textbook. Thus, what is required here is a multivariate analysis, that is, exploring outcomes from several parametric dependent variables across one or more independent variable, each with at least two distinct group or conditions. Multivariate analysis of variance is one particular technique for analyzing such multivariate variable models. MANOVA enables us to examine two or more parametric dependent variables across one or more between group independent variables. Each dependent variable must represent a single set of scores from one time point. The scores across each dependent variable must represent a single set of scores from one time point. The scores across each dependent variable are explored across the group of each independent variables that we can examine. However, it is not recommended that you use too many of either, as multiple variable are very difficult to interpret, and we have also found it and read it in the initial modules. In MANOVA, the goal is to maximally discriminate between two or more distinct groups on a linear combination of quantitative variables. The goal of conducting a MANOVA is thus to determine how quantitative variables can be combined to maximally discriminate between distinct group of people, places or things. The general purpose of MANOVA is to determine whether multiple level of independent variables on their own or in combination with one another have an effect on the dependent variables. MANOVA requires that the dependent variables meet certain parametric requirements. Both MANOVA and MENCOVA feature two or more response variables, but the key difference between the two, that is MANOVA and MENCOVA, is the nature of the independent variables. While MANOVA includes only factors, the multivariate analysis evolves from MANOVA to MANCOVA by adding one or more to the research design. In other words, MANCOVA is just similar to MANOVA, but it permits the researcher to control the impact of supplementary continuous independent variables which cannot be controlled by the experimenter. These independent variables are referred to as covariates. In an experimental design, covariates are usually those variables which cannot be controlled by the experimenter. These variables show their undesirable presence by interfering with the dependent variables, and so the results get contaminated. So it is wonderful to eliminate their impact on the dependent variables by using a statistical method, and that is what precisely MANCOVA is attempting at. MANCOVA helps in analyzing these covariates statistically. Consequently, including covariates in the research design and dealing with them statistically may reduce both systematic and within group error by equalizing the groups being compared on important characteristics. Although MANCOVA may not prove to be as effective as random assignment, it is a boon indeed in dealing with covariates in multivariate experimental design. Let us explore both these statistical techniques in detail, keeping in mind that it's difficult to apply them to the data, and most of the time we have to resort to the software programs, computer programs, to carry them out on the data that we have procured. Let us understand MANOVA first. MANOVA versus ANOVA. Simply defined, MANOVA is the multivariate generalization of univariate ANOVA. In the latter analysis, mean difference between two or more groups are examined on a single measure. Multivariate analysis of variance, or MANOVA, is simply an ANOVA with several dependent variables. That is to say, ANOVA tests for the differences in means between two or more groups, while MANOVA tests for the differences in two or more vectors of means. For instance, a psychologist may wish to study the mean differences of ethnic groups on a continuous measure of implicit racism, or an educator may wish to examine the differences between boys and girls regarding their mean performance on a test of mathematical reasoning ability. In comparison, and as stated above, the goal in MANOVA is to examine mean differences on linear combination of multiple quantitative variables. Ethnic groups, for instance, could be compared on a combination of explicit and implicit measure of racism, or boys and girls could be compared with regard to their mean performance on a combination of mathematical, spatial and verbal reasoning tasks. In both instances, the variables would be analyzed simultaneously, that is multivariately, rather than individually, that is univariately. Theory and rationale of MANOVA. Like an ANOVA, MANOVA examines the degree of variance within the independent variables and determines whether it is similar or whether it is smaller than the degree of variance between the independent variables. If the within subject variance is smaller than the between subject variance, it means that the independent variable has had a significant effect on the dependent variables. As discussed before, there are two main differences between MANOVA and ANOVA. The first is that MANOVA are able to take into account multiple independent and multiple dependent variables within the same model, permitting a greater complexity. Secondly, rather than using the F value as the indicator of significance, a number of multivariate measures are adopted in MANOVA, like Wilks lambda, Pillai's trace, Hoteling's trace and Roy's largest root are used. MANOVA deals with multiple dependent variables by combining them in a linear manner to produce a combination which best separates the independent variable groups. An ANOVA is then performed on the newly developed dependent variable. In MANOVA, the independent variable relevant to each main effect are weighted to give them priority in the calculations performed. In interactions, the independent variables are equally weighted to determine whether or not they have an additive effect in terms of the combined variance they account for in the independent variables. The main effects of the independent variables and of the interactions are examined with all else held constant. The effect of each of the independent variables is tested separately. Any multiple interactions are tested separately from one another and from any significant main effects. Assuming there are equal sample sizes both in the main effects and the interactions, each test performed will be independent of the next or previous calculation except for the error term which is calculated across the independent variables. Assuming there are equal sample sizes both in the main effects and the interactions, each test performed will be independent of the next or previous calculation except for the error term which is calculated across the independent variables. There are two aspects of MANOVA which are left to the researchers. First, they decide which variables are placed in the MANOVA, and variables are included in order to address a particular research question or hypothesis. And the best combination of dependent variables is one in which they are not correlated with one another, as explained above. The second problem to be addressed is that the researcher has to interpret a significant result. A statistical main effect of an independent variable implies that the independent variable groups are significantly different in terms of their scores on the dependent variable. But this does not establish that the independent variable has caused the changes in the dependent variable. In a study which is poorly designed, differences in the dependent variable scores may be the result of extraneous, uncontrolled or confounding variables. Assumptions of MANOVA. There are a number of criteria that are considered before performing the MANOVA. They are as follows. Observations are independent of one another. MANOVA is not a robust test when the selection of one observation depends on the selection of one or more earlier ones, as in the case of before, after and other repeated measures design. However, there does exist a variant of MANOVA for repeated measures design. The independent variable is or variables are categorical in nature. The dependent variables are continuous and are in interval scale of measurement. Low measurement error of the covariates. The covariate variables are continuous and interval level and are assumed to be measured without error. Imperfect measurement reduces the statistical power of the F-test. For MENCOVA and for experimental data, there is a conservative bias which increases the likelihood of type 2 errors, thinking there is no relationship when in fact there is a relationship. As a rule of thumb, covariates should have a reliability coefficient of 0.80 or higher. Equal group sizes. To the extent that group sizes are very unequal, statistical power diminishes for MANOVA and MENCOVA. Adequate sample size. At a minimum, every cell must have more cases than there are dependent variables. With multiple factors and multiple dependents, group sizes fall below minimum levels more easily than in ANOVA or INCOVA. So, one must be careful here. Residuals are randomly distributed. Homoscedasticity or the homogeneity of variances and covariances. Within each group formed by the categorical independents, the variance of each interval dependent should be similar, as tested by Levin's test below. Also, for each of the K groups formed by the independent variables, the covariance between any two dependent variables must be the same. When sample sizes are unequal, test of group differences like Wilks, Hotelling's, Pillai-Bartlett and GCR are not robust when this assumption is violated. Pillai-Bartlett trace was found to be more robust than the alternatives when this assumption was violated, but sample size of the group were equal. This was observed by Olson in 1976. The boxes M test. The boxes M test, Manova's assumption of homoscedasticity, can be tested using this F distribution. If the probability is less than 0.05, then the covariances are significantly different. Thus, we want M not to be significant. Rejecting the null hypothesis that the covariances are not homogeneous, that is, the probability value of this F should be greater than 0.05 to demonstrate that the assumption of homoscedasticity is upheld. Note, however, that boxes M is extremely sensitive to violations of the assumption of normality. This makes the boxes M test less useful than might otherwise appear. So, for this reason, some of the researchers test the probability at 0.001 level, especially when the sample sizes are unequal. Levin's t-test is another test to check for homoscedasticity, and if Levin's test is significant, then the data fails the assumption of equal group variance. Homogeneity of regression. The covariate coefficients, that is the slopes of the regression lines, are the same for each group formed by the categorical variables and measured on the dependence. The more this assumption is violated, the more conservative Mankova becomes. That is, the more likely it is to make type 1 errors. That is, we remember accepting a false null hypothesis. Sphericity. In a repeated measures design, the univariate ANOVA tables will not be interpreted properly unless the variance or the covariance matrix of the dependent variables is circular in form. This was observed by Hune and Mandeville in 1979. When there is a violation of this assumption, a common option then is to focus on the multivariate or simultaneous approach to gauging the effects. Bartlett's and Mauchly's test of sphericity can be adopted to check for sphericity. If a researcher wants to test not to be significant in order to conclude, the researcher wants to test not to be significant in order to conclude there is insufficient evidence that conclude the sphericity assumption is violated. So, Mauchly's test of sphericity can be adopted to check for the sphericity also. Multivariate normal distribution. For purpose of significance testing, variables follow multivariate normal distribution. In practice, it is common to assume multivariate normality if each variable considered separately follows a normal distribution. MANOVA is robust in the face of most violations of this assumption if the sample size is not small, and it means that the sample should not be less than 20 in any case. There should be no outliers also, as Mankova is highly sensitive to the outliers in the covariates. Covariates are linearly related or in a known relationship to the dependence is another assumption that needs to be observed for the application of these two tests. The form of the relationship between the covariate and the dependent must be known, and most computer programs assume this relationship is linear, adjusting the dependent mean based on linear regression. Scatter plots of the covariates and the dependent for each of the K groups formed by the independents is one way to assess the violation of this assumption. Covariates may be transformed by taking the log linear transformation, and a linear relationship can be established if it is found that this assumption is being violated. Another assumption that needs to be observed is that it does not assume linear relationship and can handle interaction effects. The purpose of MANOVA? MANOVA is used under the same circumstances as ANOVA, but when there are multiple dependent variables as well as independent variables within the model which the researcher wishes to test. MANOVA is also considered a valid alternative to the repeated measure ANOVA when sphericity is violated. For each MANOVA, we determine the multivariate effect, that is how the independent variables have an impact on the combination of dependent variables, and we also determine the univariate effects, that is how the mean score for each dependent variable differ across the independent variable groups. Within univariate effects, if we have several independent variables, we can explore interactions between them in respect of each dependent variable. It is better to use MANOVA to explore outcomes of multiple dependent variables instead of running separate analysis, as MANOVA accounts for the correlation between the dependent variables. If it is too high, we would reject the multivariate outcome. We cannot do that with separate ANOVA tests. MENCOVA. MENCOVA, or the multivariate analysis of variance, is a multivariate statistical technique that is an extension of ANCOVA. The aim in MENCOVA is to understand and assess the statistical differences among the multiple dependent variables as initiated by an independent grouping variable, at the same time controlling a third variable referred to as the covariate. There can be more than one covariates or multiple covariates depending upon the research design and the sample size. The aim of the covariate is to reduce the error term by eliminating the effect of the covariates on the relationship between the independent grouping variable and the dependent variables. So basically, MENCOVA attempts to study the relationship between one or more than one independent variables on dependent variables while removing the effect of one or more covariates. Let us explain this more using an example. A researcher wishes to study the effect of the independent variables like levels of education on multiple dependent variables like test scores, annual income, and compare them while controlling the effect of the covariates like number of hours spent studying. Given below explains the interactive effects that MENCOVA can explore for the data obtained. Look at the number of interactions going on. The independent variable factors are affecting the dependent variables. At the same time, the covariates are also affecting the dependent variables. Now, if the researcher wishes to study the relationship of independent and dependent variables in more purer forms, then the effect of covariate needs to be controlled or eliminated or identified. MENCOVA does precisely that. MENCOVA and ANCOVA. Analysis of covariance assesses the group differences on a dependent variable after the effects of one or more covariates are statistically removed. In ANCOVA, this is achieved by utilizing the relationship between the covariates and the dependent variable. The ANCOVA can increase the power of an analysis. We all know that. MENCOVA does the same and is an extension of ANCOVA also. It studies the relationship where a linear combination of dependent variables is adjusted for differences on one or more covariates. The adjusted linear combination of the dependent variables is the combination that would be obtained if all participants had the same scores on the covariates. We shall discuss the simplest form of Menkova here, as it is a very complicated statistical procedure. We are going to explore just the one-way Menkova here in the current module. The readers can refer to the multivariate statistics books and for a detailed and in-depth understanding of the Menkova concept can be obtained there. The one-way Menkova essentially has at least 4 variables as part of the research design. The independent variable used for grouping the cases into 2 or more groups should be at least in nominal scale of measurement. So, at least a nominal scale with 2 or more factors characterize the independent variable. The dependent variable can be 2 or more than 2 and they have to be in continuous interval scale. The dependent variables need to be homoscedastic and multivariate normal. The covariates are important in Menkova model and they may be referred to as the confounding concomitant variables. The covariates need to be in interval or ratio scale of measurement. Assumptions and applications of Menkova. Some of the assumptions imperative to the application of Menkova to the research data are similar to MANOVA only and they have been treated partially in the initial sections of the current module. But there are some additions to the list too and we shall explore them now here. Independent random sampling. The samples are chosen randomly from the parent population and only random sampling method is adopted for selection of items. Also, the observations are made independently to gather the data and this implies that any observation is not influenced by any other. This is somewhat similar to MANOVA. Levels of measurement used for the variables are that the independent variables can be categorical, but the dependent variables are categorical in nature. The covariates, however, can be categorical, continuous or dichotomous. Multicollinearity. There should be absence of multicollinearity, that is, the dependent variables should not be highly correlated as that would lead to erroneous results. Normality. There should be multi-normality in the data, that is, multivariate dependent variables should be normally distributed for each group. Also, any linear combination of variables should be normally distributed. Homogeneity of covariance matrices. There should be uniform scatter of scores among the subgroups in the data. Also, correlation among any 2 dependent variables is the same. Homogeneity of covariance matrices. There should be uniform scatter of scores among the subgroups in the data. Also, correlation among any 2 dependent variables is the same among all the subgroups. The variance-covariance matrices should be equal for different groups of the populations. Relationship between covariates and the dependent variables. It is advisable to assess the degree of relationship among the covariates and the dependent variables through correlational analysis, as there should be only a linear relationship between the dependent variables and the covariates. The slope of regression line for a covariate should be the same in all the groups of the data. Most of the assumptions discussed for Menkova and MANOVA can be tested just like in the univariate methods. Some of the others, like multivariate normality, cannot be tested even after using a statistical package. The only way to check this is to test the univariate normality for each of the dependent variable. The assumption of equality of covariate matrices can be checked using Levin's test. Subsequently, the box test can also be employed. We have discussed these 2 tests while discussing the assumptions of MANOVA, and the same test can be applied for Menkova also. The applications of one-way Menkova in the field of behavioral research serve the following major purposes. Menkova explains the within group variance which is identified by the MANOVA. In MANOVA, the total variance is split into its explained and unexplained components. The explained component, the first is the explained component, and the variance is attributed to each of the independent variables. This is also called as the between group variance or the main effect. The other component of the variance is the composite variance as contributed by the combined effect of all the independent variables, and this is also referred to as the interaction effect. The remaining component of the variance is the unexplained variance or the within group variance. The unexplained variance identified in MANOVA is deciphered using the covariates or the confounding variables in the MENCOVA. That is the purpose of MENCOVA, that quality it enjoys over MANOVA. The more the number of covariates in the MENCOVA, the model more explanations can be assigned to the within group variance, thereby increasing the power of the test. However, the covariate entered should be a powerful one itself to ascribe more statistical power to the analysis. So, unexplained variance that one gathers from MANOVA has an explanation, or number of explanations can be given with each covariate entering the MENCOVA model. That is the quality MENCOVA has. The other quality or other purpose that MENCOVA serves in research data is that MENCOVA has a major purpose in controlling the confounding variables or the covariates. The relationship between the independent and the dependent variables are better identified by eliminating the effect of the covariates. That is exactly what MENCOVA purports to achieve, just the way partial correlational analysis would do for other data. Here one may comment that MENCOVA is technically similar to a semi-partial regression and correlation, but we are not going to take it up here. MENCOVA and MANOVA can be used for the data, and in the next module we are going to explore the application of these two to the research data and explore the mathematics and behind the two, and the numerical example for MANOVA is also discussed. Summary: in the multivariate experimental design, a number of dependent variables are combined on the basis of their correlational values and then analyzed with a single statistical test. Some of the popular methods that are adopted are multivariate analysis of variance, that is MANOVA, and multivariate analysis of covariance, that is MENCOVA. Both MANOVA and MENCOVA feature two or more response variables, but the key difference between the two is the nature of the independent variables. While MANOVA includes only factors, the multivariate analysis evolves from MANOVA to MENCOVA by adding one or more to the research design. MANOVA is the multivariate generalization of univariate ANOVA, just the way MENCOVA is the multivariate generalization of univariate ANCOVA. MANOVA enables us to examine two or more parametric dependent variables across one or more between group independent variables. Each dependent variable must represent a single set of scores from one time point. Multivariate analysis of variance or MANOVA is simply an ANOVA with several dependent variables. That is to say, ANOVA tests for differences in means between two or more groups, while MANOVA tests for differences in two or more vectors of mean. Like an ANOVA, MANOVA examines the degree of variance within the independent variables and determines whether it is smaller than the degree of variance between the independent variables. If the within subjects variance is smaller than the between subjects variance, it means independent variable has had a significant effect on the dependent variable. MANOVA deals with the multiple dependent variables by combining them in a linear manner to produce a combination which best separates the independent variable groups. MANOVA is used under the same circumstances as ANOVA, but when there are multiple dependent variables as well as independent variables within the model which the researcher wishes to test. MANOVA is also considered a valid alternative to the repeated measures ANOVA when sphericity is violated. The key assumptions associated with the use of MANOVA are normal distribution, linearity, homogeneity of variances and covariances. Special cases for MANOVA are basically of two kinds: when there are unequal sample sizes and when we use within subjects design. For each MANOVA, we determine the multivariate effect, that is how the independent variables have an impact upon the combination of dependent variables. And we also determine the univariate effects, that is how the mean scores for each dependent variable differ across the independent variable groups. Within univariate effects, if we have several independent variables, and we can explore interactions between them in respect of the dependent variable. It is better to use MANOVA to explore outcomes of multiple dependent variables instead of running separate analysis, as MANOVA accounts for the correlation between the dependent variables. If it is too high, we would reject the multivariate outcome. We cannot do that with separate ANOVA tests. MENCOVA is just similar to MANOVA, but it permits the researcher to control the impact of supplementary continuous variables referred to as covariates. In an experimental design, covariates are usually those variables which cannot be controlled by the experimenter. The aim in MENCOVA is to understand and assess the statistical differences among the multiple dependent variables as initiated by an independent grouping variable, at the same time controlling a third variable referred to as the covariate. MENCOVA is an extension of ANCOVA, two relationships where a linear combination of dependent variables is adjusted for differences on one or more covariates. Some of the assumptions imperative to the application of MENCOVA to the research data are similar to MANOVA only, but there are some additions to the list too that have been discussed in the text. The applications of one-way MENCOVA in the field of behavioral research serves the following purpose. MENCOVA explains the within group variance identified by MANOVA, and MENCOVA serves a major purpose in controlling the confounding variables or the covariates.